In Louisville, Kentucky, they love thoroughbreds who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first, and certainly they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Cardinals will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. So NC State will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Looking deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. The Cardinals offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Now the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, and you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The Cardinals moving quickly to the line.
And how about that, man? If you're a defense, that's demoralizing. You get them in a known passing situation. They slip the run in there. All you got to do now, you're playing deep for pass, but now come up, just make the tackle. Force a 4th down. The defense could not get them back on the ground, Palmer, and he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, David, and better gap integrity up front, too, on defense. I know you think it's going to be pass, but that doesn't give you an excuse to get out of your lane. Everybody's thinking sack the quarterback, but now they just opened a huge crease for that running back, and he took advantage of it. One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down, and you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Coming at him, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The play action fake, using his legs to buy some time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get...
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
A loss of 8 yards on the play. It's now 4th and goal.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice... Got the lead. The coach has to be happy.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get them.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. He's looking to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't...
Incomplete.
Shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
It's incomplete. Brings up third down.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Dropping back, it's Evanson. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Cardinals will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Rides to the back. And stampeding through the defense. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Handoff to the single running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to run for it. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Just does not like to be tackled, discarding guys and getting to the 21. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy game, and I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the...
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Touchdown.
That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
To the air, it's Evanson. Finds a spot in the middle. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Hatchett. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Cardinals will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over of football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. NC State going up tempo. On second down, they'll take to the air. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Pressure coming. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Back to throw, it's Evanson. Got his man on the outside. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Takes the handoff. It's Hussein. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Cardinals send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Quarterback checking off. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Going for it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Hit as he throws. Makes a connection. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout.
This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first time.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Getting some heat. With the catch, it's Dickey. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. It's good. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Defense looks like they're coming. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man quickly. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm.
Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Ball's at the 26. It's third and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Not even a moment of anxiety in that decision. 4th and 1, yep, we're going.
Well, this isn't even a discussion in the headset. Like, this is automatic, autopilot. Like, 4th and 1, we're going for it. every single time.
Tripped up for the tackle.
This offense will find different ways to get their backs involved. It's not just tailbacks, but how about the fullback there? He makes a catch just for a few yards to help keep this drive going.
Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Quarterback will audible. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina State!
NC State.
The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Louisville, 3.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Is headed back out on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Cardinals will punt it away on 4th down. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He's got great speed. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. The inside handoff. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, NC State.
Touchdown.
They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing that he's going to sit down when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. The Cardinals in the hurry up. They'll go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Looking to throw, it's Evanson. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the...
Just plowing down the field. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass? Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. He's going to pass. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the pummeling has started. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they... And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. NC State quick to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the punishment has been extended. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Fires to the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. No good place for a turnover, but this one is particularly bad, and they've got it at the 20-yard line. The offense starts with a short field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. A shot toward the end zone. And he intercepts it. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
They're bringing heat. A strike downfield. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Cardinals! A great catch and run for 6. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back gets to give. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. To the air, it's Evanson. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks, and you just want to go back.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll try to do it himself. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Defense tries to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Go straight ahead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. NC State going up tempo. Trying to barge in. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And the route is on.
Number 5.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
NC State, 45. Louisville, 10.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his second sack here today.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Lets it fly. Pulls it in.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
And the Cardinals line up to punt it away. He's the field with this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, NC State! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
NC State, 52. Louisville, 10.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. Back to throw, it's Evanson. Pocket starts to collapse. They're working that left side. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. NC State quick to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Unleashes one deep. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Wants to go up top.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down for this offense. To the air, it's Evanson. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. On second down, he'll let it fly. Caught on the outside, it's Walters. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Cardinals will send out the punt unit. Slips through the line. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.